Alicante, Spain cruise port is an old, compact, attraction-rich city which stands out, at least in our memory, for one thing: heat. I swear this was the most intense sun on our whole Mediterranean cruise. But we found some ways to beat the heat and get a lot of value out of the day. In this video, we share both our usual port basics and how we stayed relatively cool while soaking in the town. And there were some great surprises in store. I'm Troy, and this is the Port Lowdown. Alicante is in southeast Spain, facing the western Mediterranean. The city is the main attraction here, being so close to the dock. Like, really close. But you could also opt for day trips to, say, the village of Guadalest, a tiny medieval village perched on a cliff, Novelda, for wine tasting, or Tabarca Island, once a pirate hangout, now a snorkeling haven. But for most, Alicante means chill at the beach, stroll the old town, or hike up the towering Castell de Santa Bàrbera before the noonday sun strikes. Then eat and siesta. The city has a single long dock, Muelle de Levante, which can handle 3 ships at a time. It's semi-industrial and also shoulders the yachts at the nearby harbor. While the far end of the dock features a full indoor terminal, recently upgraded, we docked closer to the security exit, which is good since you're closer to town. But it's no frills. A small, open parking lot with no toilets. There's a small tourist info desk before the gate with maps and such, and a parking lot. Everybody collects at the parking lot. Ship tours, free shuttles, private tours, and taxis. Taxis are regulated by meter, a typical short ride to city center costing about 10 to 15 euros. Your Uber app may well call a regular taxi, but at least you have an agreed price up front. But Uber availability is limited, FYI. And these interesting Tuk Tuk tours were also here on standby. More on that in a sec. Getting out to town is less about time savings and more about energy level. There was a free ship shuttle which gave us, literally, a 2-minute ride to this roundabout. From there, it's another 5 to 10 minute walk down to the beach and the start of town. Count wait times for the bus to fill up, and you're looking at about 5 minutes. Now, if you cross the street and start walking down the very flat and decent sidewalks past the security gate, around the corner, and keep going, you've got a 12-minute walk to the same shuttle stop. So you save 7 minutes with the shuttle. Docking all the way down at the far end terminal makes this a little bit more worthwhile. But it is a savior for those with mobility issues or heat sensitivity. For that, it's worth the helping hand the free shuttle provides. Short, but much appreciated. And close to the shuttle drop-off was this interesting elevated promenade. Can't see the beach, but you get a shoreline view and the backs of hotels. Many opted to walk with their towels to the nearby beach, Platja del Postiguet, and we'll tell you later in the video why this was a smart strategy. Now, a word about ATMs. Many in town are the high-fee, standalone Euronet varieties, which we don't recommend. Credit cards are fine here, but it's good to have some euros on hand just in case. For a bank-connected ATM, the closest we found was this Santander Work Cafe. It's about an 8 to 10 minute walk from the beach. The city has some steep hills along the Castell de Santa Bàrbera, so hiring a tour is not a bad option to stay cool and get a city overview. While this cute tour train was running, we got curious about these tuk-tuk carts. And why not? Wasn't that expensive. 25 euro per person, and they literally say overview tour, usually lasting about an hour to 70 minutes.
Double check before you get in whether they're gonna need a cash or they take credit card. So, I mean, it's always a good idea to have the local cash anyway, but just in case.
And our driver was this nice young lady.
Hi, welcome to Alicante.
As we worked our way through town, she gave us some facts about the city. But she wasn't mic'd, so hearing her amidst the noise and rattle of the city was a challenge. But you take this ride for 2 reasons as far as I'm concerned. A breezy city overview with the wind in your hair and under a canopy, I might add, and bypassing this climb to the top of Castell de Santa Bàrbera. I heard this climb was somewhat rigorous. You be the judge. Now, there is an elevator near the beach, carved directly into the mountain, that can take you up, but often has maintenance issues. Always good to check if that's an option for you if you plan a castle, then beach day, without hiring a ride. She stopped at the top for us to get a quick view of the city, and checking out the museum inside, which displayed some very beautiful musical instruments. But this did not include going into the castle proper. It was too short a tour for that. If you want that, be sure to negotiate with the driver beforehand. You want to be dropped off here and then just, take the elevator or walk downhill afterwards.
So a few things about the ride. Number one, it's a pretty cool when you consider that how much the price is. It's pretty cheap, and it gets you up to the mount. The one thing to be considered is there is no shock breaker in that tuk-tuk. So if you have a bad back, this is not a good idea because that's gonna cost you a lot. Remember, this is an older town, so not all the roads are perfectly, there'll be a lot of pothole so just remember that.
Overall, I'd say this was worthwhile as a town intro without getting too drained too soon. Short of the hilly sections, the absolute best way to explore this mostly flat city is on foot. It's compact and lovely, where you can wander without getting too lost. And the sidewalks are a major plus, even, well-maintained, with the occasional narrow, elevated section. And the buildings provide some needed shade, but by noon, it was time to escape inside. And just east of town center, we explored two adjacent places that provided both escape and edification. First, the Basilica of St. Mary of Alicante, built between the 14th and 16th centuries with an interesting history.
This place used to be a location where they have mosque, but the mosque later on demolished because I have to build a bigger church to accommodate the people here. So this place has been deemed holy since the get-go.
This makes a solid 1-hour visit, with museum displays as well as beautiful church architecture. The small entrance fee, around €6, comes with audio guides for context. Restrooms are on site, of course. But no AC, with lots of fans blowing the humid air. Now, right next door is a completely different experience into high art. MACA Contemporary Art Museum of Alicante, housed in the city's oldest civil building, dating back to 1685. This museum has a world-class collection of art, mostly modern, with interesting temporary cultural exhibits, like this one on shadow puppets with a primer on making hand shadows. But the biggest selling points for me here are, 1, it's free, 2, there's modern bathrooms downstairs, and 3, has kick-butt AC, and elevators to all 4 floors of exhibition space. So even if you're not into modern art, come initially for the AC and a chance to sit down and absorb some fascinating visions. Depending on how you feel, this could be a pretty solid hour, if not 2 if you don't feel like going outside. There were more museums in the city than we had time for, but we wanted to give you guys complete info for whatever you chose to do. So we created our Essential Port Guide PDF, a small cheat sheet to get you started with the basics, like bathrooms and ATMs, all on our specially designed, color-coded map. And since I can't help sharing all of my extra research, we added a curated Google map with lots of other options and walking directions to each. See our link in the description if you want to know more, or visit our store at portlowdown.com. Around this time in our port videos, it's time to eat. But the challenge here was to find something local, a bit hidden, but still cool enough to be comfortable. So we found this, La Fabrica, a small tapas restaurant tucked a little further away into town. A local favorite.
It's pretty famous with the local. It's on the side of the street, and of course it's open now. Cafe Bonbon is the best food ever created. Condensed milk and coffee. Oh god. It smells like really good. It does.
Drinks are great, but of course we're here for the tapas. Potato croquette, fried potatoes, fried sardines, and their famous tortilla pie.
The croquette is definitely very different. It's very creamy. This is almost remind me of a Japanese croquette. Let's try the sardine. Deep fried crunchiness. No bones. Oh, well, there is bones, but I think you could eat it. Sardine is pretty simple. It's just a fresh sardine that they deep fried it with a little bit batter and seasoning. That's it. Nothing fancy, but it's just nice and crunchy. Let's try their famous tortillas pie. Oh, it's good. No wonder they're famous for this. It's very cheesy. It's difficult to describe. Egg. So it's slightly sweet because of the cheese.
Now, heading back to the ship was a simple stroll down the city's beautiful and iconic Esplanada de España, with its wavy mosaic sidewalk and view of the drop-dead beautiful Casa Carbonell. Just past this, across a few sidewalks and crowds of sun worshippers, is Platja del Postiguet, the city's central beach. It's huge and super popular, which makes all these cruisers making a beeline for it good strategists. The morning is the time to reserve a beach spot, with 2 sun loungers and 1 umbrella typically going for about 18 to 20 euro for the full day. And since these lockers were limited and this crowd pretty intense by prime time, the winner here is the early bird. And judging by all the activity in the water, a go-to heat buster for local and visitor alike, along with bars, restaurants, and product tents. Pretty much a festival atmosphere. Now, we didn't hang at the beach, but explored one more heat-beating secret weapon. And it wasn't far. In fact, it was right across the roundabout where the ship shuttle drops off, going full circle. Museo, the ocean race. It's not just about the ample AC here. It's a free museum and general headquarters for the famous Around the World race. This race is widely considered the toughest professional sporting event in the world. It's a 9-month, around-the-world marathon across the planet's most dangerous oceans. Alicante has been the starting point for this race every 3 to 4 years.
So you cross over down to Cape Town?
Yeah, down to Cape Town. It's crazy. And then go to Sydney, Sydney to Rio, Rio to Newport.
My God.
Thus, this high-tech museum features not just details and stories of survival and heroic endurance, but interactive displays where you can learn about sailing and even try a simulator ride for an extra fee. Plus, there are good bathrooms here too. This made for the perfect endpoint for a great day. Alicante has a lot to keep you busy, from the beach to the street. And with lots of places to duck into, it should be comfortable enough as well. If you got good value from this video, be sure to like and share with your shipmates. And keep those comments and questions coming. Happy travels and see you on the next cruise.